What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Kyle here once again, and today we got a little bit of an unboxing video, a little bit of a deep dive, a little bit of just all-around discussion. So if you guys think back a few weeks ago, I showed a video of the Jakks Classic Superstars LJN versions. That got me a little bit itchy, you would say, as you know what? Here's something I can't believe I'm admitting. My deepest, darkest secret. Now, it's not that bad, but you know what I thought when I was showing those? I have never held a Classic Superstars LJN in my hand. I have no idea what they feel like. I never opened these. I never bought doubles of these. I never saw one somewhere and touched it and held it. So I have no clue what kind of rubber they're using. Is it truly like an LJN? Is it similar to a San Francisco toy maker? So I got very curious. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find the cheapest LJN mint on card I can find on eBay, Mercari, online. Came across this Undertaker, got it for a deal, I think 15 bucks, something like that on Mercari. And I said, I'm going to open this one up and compare it to an LJN, an original San Francisco toy maker, and also put it by the new LJN, Young Bucks set that came out not too long ago. We'll see what those are like, and we'll compare all of them. But I was just really excited to unbox a Classic Superstars LJN. And to be frank, I haven't unboxed a Classic Superstars in years, so kind of excited to do that too. Bring me back in time. But that's what we're doing in this video. We're going to unbox The Undertaker. Alright guys, let's unbox this Undertaker. So those of you that aren't familiar with him, there he is. The Undertaker, the newly retired Undertaker from the sounds of things. We'll see if that lasts. Got the Undertaker on the side of the package in that cool blue color. The LJN style blue. We did a deep dive. Check out my other video. You can see the deep dive where we go through each one and talk about each one. What we like, what we don't like. This is Series 13, The Undertaker. You know, a heavy box, that's for sure. This is definitely heavier. I'm not sure how the plastic feels, but it's a heck of a lot heavier than a normal figure. So let's get to it. Let's unbox this bad boy. Let's see what we got. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've unboxed a classic. I think I've forgotten how. I've lost my touch. It's been so long. Maybe. Look at this. I'm opening this like a rookie. I'm embarrassed. Be embarrassed for me. This is... I don't know. Let's see if I can get this here. Let's just piece together. Part of old packaging. Oh, I forgot. I should have known better. Jakks Ruthless Aggressions. The secrets you open at the bottom. Classics, no different. There it is. See you later. Going in the back. Let's get this taker out of here. This has been the most complex unboxing I've had in a while. See you later behind me. Oh, mixed it up. A little bit of a yellowing to the package, as you can kind of see on camera. Looks worse in person. There is a number up here. I don't know. 2006127B12. I'm not sure what that means. If you know, leave a comment. You'll win the prize of the day. Undertaker, a little crinkly plastic. See ya later. Alright, well these are definitely heavier. However, not quite the same material as an LJN. I would compare this more to an original San Francisco toy maker if I had to be comparing to something. A heavier duty, non-movable plastic where the LJNs had a little bit more give to them, I would say. There's the Undertaker. For those who have not seen this one, he's got the Sarah on the neck, all black on the back. Let's see. No holes in the feet, so you can't use a stand of any kind on him, but he stands just perfectly. History has shown me the LJNs do not stand as well from my memory back in the day, but these stand perfectly. No issue standing this one. So let's compare. Let's compare one of these against the original San Francisco toy maker, against an LJN, the new Young Bucks. We'll line them all up here against each other. First, let's do the original San Francisco toy maker. So we got Sting, a man called Sting. Two classic toy maker figures. Rubber, a little smaller than the LJNs, but boy, they scale very well with this one. This is probably my favorite Sting. Love this Sting. Would love to have the old school Galoob UK edition of this Sting. That's on my to-do list one day. But as you can see right here, these scale extremely well with the original San Francisco toy makers. They almost should have called them that instead of LJN inspired, because boy, they are about the right size, about the same type of feel to them. That is a perfect lineup. It almost makes the wheels turn in my head. I'm missing a few original San Francisco toy makers. I'm missing a couple of the Ric Flair variants, Nasty Boys and Harlem Heat variants. But I would almost want to get all these LJN ones to open up to put next to my San Francisco toy makers. That might be something I look to in the future once I get this LJN set done, and I hopefully complete that Jakks Ruthless Aggression set very soon. But I think that might look good on one shelf. Maybe buy a bunch of nice, good condition openers or damaged packaging LJN version of the Classic Superstars to open. We'll see. But we'll add to the party here. How about Bret Hitman Hart LJN, a favorite of mine, and actually one of the few I did not have as a kid. I did not have him in Neidhart. Problem with Bret, though, is he does not stand on his own. Maybe I'll lean him against Taker. There we go. There we go. We got the Rogues gallery right here. We got Bret Hart. We got Taker. We got 2 Stings. So we got 2 Stings from the original San Francisco toy makers. LJN inspired Classic Superstar Undertaker. And then you see the LJN Bret Hart. Obviously, my heart is with the Bret Hart figure and the LJNs. I grew up with those. I absolutely love those. The San Francisco toy makers I didn't really get when I was probably an early teen when those were starting to get released. They didn't do anything for me. It's funny how that goes. You think of those as cheap LJN knockoffs back then, but they've gained some love the last few years. They're still all right. They scuff up really bad, and there's no returning home from them. That is one big fault of these, unfortunately. The LJN is the best. There's no change in my mind on that. It does scale just a tad bit bigger than these ones. Obviously, the rubber on these is much more movable. But also the paint on these gets scuffed, not to the effect of the original San Francisco toy makers, as these can be beat up and there's no going back. You can kind of clean these ones up a little bit, but we've seen some that have looked like they've been through some absolute wars, that's for sure. But I think the Classic Superstar one probably holds up the best to paint scuffs. I don't know if any of you guys got some of these loose out there and have played with them or whatever. You tell me, is there some bad scuffing that goes on with these? But it seems like these scuff probably the worst and look the worst when scuffed. Then probably the LJN. Then I would say probably the Classic Superstars version. I should say while we're showing these two, I did pick this one up. Gosh, did this come out maybe a year, 2 years ago now? LJN was supposedly getting back in the game. It seemed very, very strange, but no figure ever came again. There was nobody else in the line. They did promise the same Young Bucks set as a repaint. Never saw that. I think it's all but dead at this point. But here it is. LJN Young Bucks tag team. Old school inspired. It's funny, you see a lot of people complain. I've seen it tons of times whenever these last 2 years these were released, saying, well, mine came damaged with the flap bent down. I can't believe it. I want my money back. I've seen that before. Well, those people obviously never got LJNs back in the day because the tag team sets had the little flip thing like this. That's just how they came back in the day. Just a different time. This did hit me in the nostalgia feels, because I'm going to be honest with you, the Young Bucks don't do a whole lot for me. I watch AEW. I watch all wrestling as much as I possibly can. I've never missed an AEW episode. I've never missed an NXT. I've actually never missed an episode of Raw since it began. I go all the way back to the end of TNT era through primetime. I never missed an episode of Raw. I might have missed a few. I mean, and we're talking like a couple of handfuls, if at that, of Raw that I haven't sat and watched it live. I very rarely ever taped it. So that's one thing to know. But these, not quite sure. I'm not the hugest Young Bucks fan, as like I said. They do seem to scale well with the original LJNs. Pretty much about the same exact size. So I think they got what they were going after. But I think it's just, I don't think anybody's clamoring for an LJN style figure anymore. As sad as that is, I think if LJNs came out today, people would probably laugh. Kids, they don't have the articulation and everything the kids need. But boy, back in my day, it was a game changer. It was the greatest thing ever. So many hours I spent playing with them. But the LJNs definitely left their mark. They've left their mark to this day. We see prices through the roof. My wallet is bleeding. It hurts. I hate paying some of the prices I've had to pay for some LJN figures. But that's what you get. It's all about supply and demand. And the demand is there right now. So I'm working towards that complete LJN set. And then I might finish off that original San Francisco Toy Maker set. I've kind of recaptured my love the last few days of these, digging into this kind of stuff and looking at it. But that's it. I thought we'd do a quick video. We'd unbox an Undertaker, see how they scaled with everybody else, take a look at the newest incarnation of LJNs. I think it's not going anywhere. I don't see them adding to the line as much as I'd like to see that. I just don't think it's happening. But there it is. So you guys, don't forget to like the video, but comment on here. Tell me your LJN, original San Francisco toy makers, these new LJN, or that Undertaker in the Classic Superstars line. Tell me your memories of these, what your thoughts are. What order would you rank these figures in? Like I said, for me, it's got to be LJN #1, probably San Francisco toy makers, probably the Classics, and then probably this one, just as it being the anomaly it is. But there it is. That's the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Got new content every day. There's always something going on over here. So until next time, I'll see you guys all real soon.